Hi guys, so the PvZ road trip team recently released some very exciting new information around the game's development and what we can expect in the future. This was featured in their second road trip Saturday video, which is a series of devlogs that started back in October. There were tons of huge announcements in the video, most notably a Plants vs Zombies RPG game mode, which we'll talk about shortly. Road trip Saturday videos are spoken in Spanish, so Google Translate came in handy, but apologies to the team if I've misunderstood anything. So starting off, as with most of these videos, is a new logo for the road trip team. So the devs have given themselves their own little logo and it looks very snazzy indeed. And then they quickly move on to talk about all the game modes, as there's quite a lot and it's a little bit complicated. So they sort of wanted to clear up any misinterpretations. They also reiterate that all the game modes you can see on screen now were originally part of PvZ road trip, but it has since been decided that all of these are going to work as standalone projects, and they go on to explain how this works. So as you're probably aware, road trip is the main adventure mode. There's going to be stories, you're going to work through each level, and it kind of works like the regular PvZ adventures. The only other game mode that is going to be within road trip is the pixel world, so presumably this is just going to be a special world where the art style changes and there probably will be some new mechanics and stuff like that. Then we have Brain Ball, which is essentially the PvZ road trip version of versus mode. So one player is going to be plants and the other is zombies. This is the least developed mode. It's still in a concept planning phase. Then we've got World Tour, which we talked about before, which is essentially the PvZ road trip version of Super Mario Maker, a level builder that you can use to create and share levels online, which is really awesome. And finally, the very exciting game mode called The New Neighbors. This is actually going to be an RPG game mode where you get to explore new parts of the PvZ universe. Again, this isn't a very developed mode other than the storyline which they're putting together, but they haven't really revealed anything around that. The only thing to note is obviously the gameplay going on behind you. You've kind of got this sort of turn-based combat kind of thing, so I'm really excited to see how that works. But yeah, I know everybody got really excited back in the day when we originally saw all those RPG screenshots and concepts that was potentially going to be a new PvZ game, but obviously that didn't happen. So it's very cool that they're going to try something like this. So yeah, really exciting stuff. Moving on, let's talk about some new characters. Starting with the plants, we have some new animations for Planturn. This plant, of course, is going to be very useful in night levels and foggy conditions. It is going to work as it does in PvZ 1. It's going to light up an area of around 3x3 tiles, and it has an estimated sun cost of 25. We also have some concept art of Coffee Bean, and again, this is going to work as it does in PvZ 1. It can be used to wake up mushrooms and other plants that sleep during the day. It's likely to cost 75 sun and it has a fast recharge. New zombies, there is one, the Barrel Zombie, who seems to be a staple of all PvZ fan games for some reason. Barrel Zombie, of course, uses a barrel as armor. When this breaks, however, he becomes much faster and will dance his way to your brains. But interestingly, its vulnerability was shared, and that is fire attack. So you can take down that barrel much faster if you have a fire-based plant. The final big announcement is mini-games, including Whack-A-Zombie. These are being added just to add some variety between each level. Haven't really got any details on what other mini-games they're going to be, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. Anyway guys, that is about it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below. But other than that, remember to like and subscribe to stay up to date with everything PvZ. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.